What do you need?
My lady, Maven Blackbriar has sent... Welcome to Mistvale Keep. I'm Jarl Layla. The Jarl has put out a bounty on some bandits. Here, take a look at this decree for details. You're welcome in Riften, as long as you continue to obey our laws.
Welcome to Riften, traveler. I hope the road fared well for you.
As Jarl Layla's housecarl, I would ask that you maintain a respectable distance from her at all times.
I trust you aren't considering any thievery.
Oh, come to gloat, have we? To poke fun at the Jarl's youngest son?
As Riften's steward, I'm afraid I can provide only limited assistance, but speak your mind.
Out of my way, the Jarl has no time for idle conversation with travelers.
I could feel you laughing behind my back. Keep your hands to yourself.
Never should. Did we have an appointment? No. Take a look. To remember. Ward first, then summon. Excuse my So, you wish to master the arcane arts? I have to remember. Ward first, then... Amen.
Need a drink, you go to the Bee and Bar.
I have a lot of respect for the Restoration School. Skyrim could use more healers.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Grelka.
Gems, potions, exotic ingredients, I'll have them all.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here. Fresh meats and produce. Get them before they're gone.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Laurel.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
Sorry. Just thinking about my experiments. I'm aspiring to earn that title, yes. However, the road ahead is paved with loose cobbles and deadly pitfalls. Master Elgrim says I'm a natural, that I have a unique talent, but I fear his approval masks his intolerance for my mistakes. My errant formulas have cost Master Elgrim a fortune in ingredients, some of which are almost irreplaceable. To restore Master Elgrim's supply, I would need 20 Deathbell, 20 Nightshade, and 20 Nirnroot. Am I sensing that you may be interested in gathering these rare ingredients for me? That means more time for my experiments and less time in the field. Much appreciated. It's exhilarating to observe the effects of my potions on the body. Watching the heart stop, the eyes go blind. We're made up of thousands of parts with thousands of different functions, all working in tandem to keep us alive. Yet if only a single part of our imperfect machine fails, life fails. It makes one realize how fragile, how flawed we are. You ask why I'm so fascinated? The irony that the same world that gave us life provides us the means to die. Nirnroot is the easiest. It grows only by the water and makes a unique chiming noise. The only drawback is it won't regrow after harvesting. Nightshade is native to the pine forest and marshy tundra regions of Skyrim, and has a distinctive starburst-like violet flower. Last we have Deathbell, which only grows in marshy tundra terrain. Its inverted bluish-purple flower bunches are unmistakable. My family. All that wealth and they squander it on foolish ventures and political schemes. I was meant for so much more than all of this. I wish to pledge my life and ply my talents in darker circles. If only my mother would let me, I would make her proud. My experiments can't be completed until you've brought me those ingredients. Do hurry.
This place has seen better days, but it's not my fault. I swear if I wasn't around, Elgrim would forget to eat his meals. How we make any coin at all is beyond me. In fact, I need to arrange for someone to pick up an ore sample for me in Shore Stone. Goodness knows Elgrim won't lift a finger to do it. You would? Oh, that would be wonderful. Speak to Filnjar in Shore Stone. He's got some sort of ore sample he wants us to identify and was willing to pay us well for it. I know how to mix a few basic potions, but I'm nowhere near as skilled as a master alchemist. I've picked up a few tricks by reading the tomes scattered all over the shop, but I don't have the knack to pull off half of the formulas. I wish Elgrim had spent more time tutoring me than that Ingun girl. Oh, no. I didn't mean it that way. Elgrim can barely put on his own shoes, let alone have the energy to pursue a young girl. He's been gushing about how talented Ingen is at alchemy. He'd never say it to her face. That's not his way. I just think Elgrim's taken it upon himself to mentor the young thing, so he focuses a lot of attention on her. When Elgrim said we were setting up shop down here, I told him he would catch his death. The dirt, the moisture, is disgusting. Who wants to spend their life living like a skeever? But that old bellyacre just fed me some nonsense about light ruining his mixtures and being close to the water. Ah. Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents. Be careful. The road to Shore's Stone could be dangerous.
Any luck gathering those ingredients? Sorry. Just thinking about my experiments.
You here for lessons like Ingen? Or did you wish to buy something? Well, the moisture in the air is better for the ingredients. It isn't every day that you get your hands on fresh nirnroot or painted troll fat. It also makes it easier to gather water when the canal is right out the front door. Besides, I also prefer the quiet. I didn't open this business for browsing. Come in, buy what you need, and get out. Hardly. In fact, I don't know how I get anything done with all the distractions I have to put up with. My wife, Halfjorg, well, she's a necessary evil, I suppose. Not a lick of talent when it comes to alchemy, but she keeps me fed. Then there's Ingen Blackbriar, bright young thing and a worthy apprentice, when she isn't wasting my rare ingredients. Ah. So you're an alchemist, then?
My experience.
Yes, goodbye.
Until you've brought me those ingredients. Do hurry.
Don't even think about it.
Why, you...
Have you managed to make it out to Shore's Stone? This place has seen better days, but it's not my fault.
You here for lessons like Ingen? Or did you wish to buy something?
Where's my head? I never
Yes,
even
yes,
greeted
goodbye.
you properly.
Any
Be
luck
careful.
gathering those
The
ingredients?
road... Shore's stone could be dangerous.
Pickpocket!
Sorry, just thinking about my experiments.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim, always as fresh as it. I picked up a trick from a butcher in Elenir, a small town over the border in Hammerfell. He showed me a way to grind up ice wraith teeth and use it as a preservative. Keeps everything cold and fresh, but only for a limited time. I'm always looking to replenish my supply, so if you ever come across 5 of them, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands. Thanks. I was actually worried I'd run out. Well, I'd be careful if I were you. I hear the Nords hunt them for some kind of initiation rite, and not all of them end up victorious. The last traveler that traded me some said he found them at a place called Ancient's Ascent. Careful, though. Rumor has it a dragon makes its home there. They live below the streets, in the ratway, like dirty animals. And trust me, they're no better than the vermin that slink out of there for scraps. They make it difficult for decent people to earn a living. Of course, not many decent people live here in the first place. It's Riften's name for the sewers beneath our feet. Absolutely disgusting. If you fancy keeping your purse filled with gold and your head on your shoulders, I'd stay out of those awful tunnels. Take a look. Be
Never
careful
done an
with all
honest
those
day's
teeth.
work in your life for all that coin you carry.
Dangerous.
Hey, lass.
All meats guaranteed, clean and free from...
I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell. It's all about sizing up your mark, lass. The way they walk, what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway. Oh, but that's where you're wrong, lass. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a taste. I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid. Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're going to steal Madesi's silver ring from a strongbox under his stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branchet's pocket without him noticing.
All meats guaranteed, clean and free from rock joint.
There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. Now, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll get started.
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind.
Vegetables
I'm ready when
as
you
crisp
are.
as a...
Just give the
morning.
word.
Visiting Riften? All are welcome at the Temple of Mara. Pleased to meet you. I'm a priestess at the Temple of Mara.
Sure, I'm a dirty beggar. Why would you want to even speak to me? To oblivion with all of you! You rich pile... Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind.
Live for thousands of years. See into other people's thoughts.
I presume... What in the name of oblivion do you want? Of course. Nothing gets done without my approval in this city. I have the Jarl's ear, and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me, and I pay a visit to the Thieves Guild. Make me angry, and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation. I believe we're done.
New in town, eh? Here for the fishing. Only the best in all of Riften. I own Riften Fishery. Started out with a single fishing pole, and now I have an entire building and 2 boats to my name. Not bad for a middle-aged Nord, eh? Too bad I haven't had the same success helping this city shed its poverty. And even Nord thinks I'm wasting my time trying. But I disagree.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
I sell my catch across a good portion of Skyrim. It's worth its weight in gold to me. The only untapped market left is Markarth. However, I just got word that Kleppr at the Silver Blood Inn might be interested. If you're headed that way, I would appreciate you delivering a purchase agreement for me. You'd be paid, of course. Good. Kleppr will pay you as soon as you arrive with the letter. Here you are. Yes, I suppose someone has to be around here. Have you seen the condition of this sorry excuse for a city? Beggars roam the streets, crime runs rampant, and the threat of wars driving away business. The paltry amount of coin that I place in the charity box at the temple is the least I can do to help. Nivenor is my wife. How I was ever able to meet such a gorgeous creature is one of life's mysteries. We're at odds about my charity. She thinks the people in this town have become lazy and expecting a handout. I tried to include her in my lessons from Mara Mall over at the Temple of Mara, but she prefers to shop instead. Different strokes, eh? Remember to give at the temple.
Buy armor from Grelka. You gonna buy something, or just here for training? Otherwise, move on. Look, I've moved all over Skyrim selling these bits of junk, and I'm barely scraping by. I'm not out to win friends, and I could care less if you're happy about your purchase or not. I just need the coin. The sooner I get out of Skyrim, the better. There are ruined sewer tunnels beneath the city. The only way I know how to get in there is through a door off of the canal. If I were you, I'd keep my feet dry and stay up here. Look, I'm not out to... The sooner I get out of Skyrim, the better. Are you serious? The war is tearing the land apart. The dragons have returned seeking who knows what. Skyrim is going nowhere, fast. If I were you, I'd pack up and get out of here before you end up in one of those burial cairns. I'll teach you how to use it effectively and keep you quick on your feet.
Gems, potions, exotic ingredients, I have them all.
Make love like a saber cat, or crush your enemies to dust like a giant.
Take a look.
Only a mere 20 gold coins, and all this could be yours.
Come back when you're ready to spend more gold. Goodness knows I could use it. Pickpocket!
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craft. Ship.
Meats guaranteed, clean and free from rock joints.
The fairest prices.
Get away from me.
In Skyrim.
Greetings, honored friend. Could I interest you in some fine jewelry? I do. Sadly, I'm one of the few traditional Saxhleel jewelers that remains in Tamriel. It's becoming a lost art. Only trouble is gathering materials has become hazardous. The roads to the mines and to the other cities are thick with bandits, and worse. Would you be interested in gathering some materials for me? I'd certainly be happy to compensate you. Thank you, Landstrider. I'm seeking a small list of items to complete my next creation. 2 flawless sapphires, a mammoth tusk, and a chunk of gold ore. Good. These will make wonderful settings for my rings. Just what you see here. Not well, I'm afraid. That Brynjolf, he keeps draining the people's pockets with his ridiculous miracle cures. A few months ago, it was Troll Fat Salve, and now he's got something new. Not that there's anything that can be done about it. He's in good with the Thieves Guild. Safe travels, Landstrider.
Looking to stay alive?
Please. Please, I need but a septum. A septum is
New
all
around
I ask.
Riften? Take my advice. Of course not. You expect me to take care of it by myself? My niece Svana helps me with the chores. She'd be more help if she kept her head out of the clouds. She's been with me ever since her parents were killed by bandits and she was dropped in my lap. There's a college in Winterhold that teaches magic. It's very secretive, though, and you know how people hate secrets. The Jarl's Court wizard was taught there. That one's full of secrets. I don't know why I bother.
I presume you're bothering me for a good reason.
Gems, potions, exotic ingredients, I have them all. Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind? I may be Dark Elf by birth, but I was raised Argonian. Through reasons I'm still trying to discover, I ended up orphaned, then taken in by a kindly Argonian family in Black Marsh. I hope one day to find out what happened to me, how I ended up like that. See for yourself.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Grelka.
Just one. I know when I was found by my Argonian father, I was wrapped in a blanket bearing the symbol of House Telvanni. It was one of the great houses in Morrowind long ago. Whether that means I was one of them or not, I'm uncertain. If you come across anything in your travels that might provide me with the answers I'm looking for, I'd be grateful. Thank you. I learned that a matron who had served for House Telvanni had escaped Morrowind during the Accession War. Records showed her barring passage aboard a sailing vessel named the Pride of Telvos, but that's where the trail ran cold. I spent years looking for what became of the ship, but I ended up empty-handed. Anything you can find would be of great help. Good luck.
I presume you're bothering me for a good reason.
I'm beginning to think leaving Mournhold was a mistake.
Vegetables, there's a winter's morning.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here.
Come to see Balimund perform miracles with steel, eh? Smithing's been in my blood for generations. I owe my success to my forefathers and their recipe for flame. The secret is my forge. It consumes fire salts, a strange mineral that burns as hot as red mountain lava. Well, it was. Sadly, this forge is dying, and I've used the last of my fire salts. If I can't feed it soon, it may grow cold. You will? Thank you. 10 pinches of fire salt should give me all I need to bring this forge back to life. Lazy good-for-nothing, isn't he? Sent you down here when I'm a stone's throw from the keep. Here's the sword. Tell Harrald to stop slaying walls, and perhaps his blade will stay in better condition. People say I'm making gold off of other people's misery, but what else would I do? Smithing is all I know. Next time one of my shields deflects a killing blow, they'll change their tune. A flame Atronach's body might provide fire salt. They're dangerous creatures that can be summoned by wizards. Of course, it would be much easier to check with an alchemist. They occasionally have them for sale. The finest weapons and armor. Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The forge knows the difference. Come to see Balimund perform miracles with steel, eh?
I used to live at the Orphanage. Balimund took me in and has been so kind to me. I don't know why, but he thinks I could be a great blacksmith like him.
Out of my way. The son of the Jarl took your sweet time getting it to me. Here you go, for your trouble. Now if you'll excuse me.
Those who shirk their duties will get an extra beating. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Relic.
And one more thing. I will hear no more talk of adoptions. None of you riffraff is getting adopted, ever. Nobody needs you. Nobody wants you. That, my darlings, is why you're here. Why you will always be here, until the day you come of age and get thrown into that wide, horrible world. Now, what do you all say?
We love you, brother. Thank you for your kindness.
That's better. Now scurry off, my little gutter snipes.
I'm sorry, but the children aren't up for adoption right now. You should go. Sadly, yes. Even the townsfolk have taken to calling her Grelod the Kind. Her very existence has become something of a running joke. Grelod runs this orphanage because she's old and set in her ways and doesn't know any other life. These children need love and comfort. I try. But I'm sorry. You should go. The children aren't up for adoption, and it's cruel to get their hopes up. Besides, Grelod hates visitors. If there's nothing else, I really must ask you to leave.
Please, lady, you gotta get me out of here. Ever since Aventus left, Grelod's been even meaner than usual. I swear, she's gonna kill one of us. Aventus Aratina? He only lived here for a while. I think his mother got sick and died or something. Anyway, he's gone now. He ran away. But Samuel told me he's back home in Windhelm, and is doing some kind of dark ritual. He's trying to summon some killers to come get old Grelod. Bye. Come to get yourself a kid? You're out of luck. My parents dropped me off here a year ago. Let any of us get adopted. But they're coming back to get me. Especially not since Aventus
I'm really afraid of Grelod. When Aventus escaped, she was so mad.
What do you want?
I
You
got
have no
double
business being in
day.
here.
Until next time.
What do you want? You have no business being in here.
I hate it here.
Don't
Grelod
even
the Kind is
think
the
about it.
meanest person in all of
What do
Skyrim.
you want? You have no business being in here.
You really shouldn't be here. I'm sorry, but the children aren't up for adoption right now. You should go.
You gonna buy something, or just here for training? Wise, move on.
Jewelry.
No lollygagging. You think
May
you're
the
tough,
gods
huh?
watch over your battles,
Wandering
friend.
Skyrim is a picnic
It's
compared
about
to
time.
tunnel crawling.
I sent them a letter weeks ago. Ah, that Elgrim. He'd forget his own pants if his wife didn't help him dress. Here you go. Tell Half-York that she can chip off whatever she thinks is a fair trade for their time. Red Belly is supposed to be nothing but an iron mine. Been working it for years. Then, right before the spiders had moved in, we found that chunk of ore. Never seen anything like it. I want to know what I'm dealing with before I start tearing it out of the ground. Don't kid yourself. Stone runs in our blood.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and forsworn rampaging through the streets. Has it been? Bolli finally got someone out here. Well, it's about time. I've been waiting for weeks. Well, thank you for bringing it, I suppose. Have a good day. What? Oh, how could I have possibly forgotten? Your reward, of course. Of course. Here you are. So sorry about that. Remember, ale is cheaper than blood in Markarth.
Safe travels, Landstrider.
Please help me. I'm going to lose my job at the Riften fishery. Bolli is a good man. He pays us well and watches out for us. I used to work at the Blackbriar meadery, but in Darin and I never saw eye to eye. That elf has no patience at all. It's probably for the best anyway. I'm far better at fishing than working in a meadery. My job at the Riften fishery is in danger. The owner, Bolli, said that if I show up for work in this condition one more time, then I'm out. I don't mean to do this to myself, but I can't help it. I tried some skooma a year ago, and ever since then, I can't stop. If you could give me a healing potion, I could cleanse this poison from my body and get back to my life. Your kindness will never be forgotten. Here, take this. It's all I can offer you for what you've given me. It is our most favorite company. I'm not sure what it's made from, but I can tell you that once you've had a taste, you'll never crave anything else. The Dunmer came up with the stuff a long time ago. Very illegal and very hard to come by. I got mine off a merchant ship in Solitude. Worst mistake I ever made. Look, I don't think I should say. I mean, they could kill me. Okay, I'll tell you. I get my skooma from Sarthas Idrin. He has some sort of a setup over the Riften warehouse. You can't get inside, though. They've kept that place locked up tight since the war began. I overheard Bolli say that only the Jarl carries the key to the warehouse. When I meet Sarthas there, he's usually waiting for me outside with his bodyguard. Bolli is a good man. I used to work at... It's probably for the best anyway. I'm far better. If it wasn't for skooma, I'd already be on my way out of this horrible city. All my gold, completely gone. Now I have to start over. I'll never use skooma again, although I suppose a little mead now and then would be harmless. You've been kind. I thank you.
I'm off work at the Blackbriar meadery. I'll be back there in the She's an absolute pleasure to work for. In fact, I almost feel guilty accepting pay from her. Why, just this last week, I was commenting to my fellow meadery workers just how lucky we are to be working for such a charitable family. Okay, look. If I'm caught saying anything bad about the meadery or the family, I'm a dead man. I'm the 4th person to work the tasting counter in the last year. The last 3 are at the bottom of Lake Honrink. Just take my advice, and just get out of Riften as soon as you can. Lady Maven's been developing the secret recipe for Blackbriar mead over the last several decades. She uses a very secret blend of spices, fresh honey from Golden Glow Estate, and specially constructed aging casks to ensure the best flavor. Even when you get to the last sip in your flagon, it'll taste just as good as the first. Damn it. Sorry. I'm not very good at this. Look, just don't say anything to Maven, will you? I've spent weeks trying to get that right, and if she sees how stupid I am, she'll get rid of me. Yeah, fired. Sure, that's what I meant. Travel safe.
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me?
Working at the Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
Sorry about the mess. Keeping this place clean is quite a chore. Work? I suppose you can call it that. I call it slavery. I work my fingers to the bone keeping this disgusting place clean. Ever since my parents died and Helga took me in, it's been a nightmare. How was I to know she was such a wretched woman? So now I'm stuck living here, while those pigs she calls customers grope me and say the most awful things. It's not just the work, it's everything about her. She's disgusting. I think she takes her worship of Dibella a bit too seriously. Do you know she's slept with 3 different men in the last month alone? What kind of woman would do such a thing? Just for once, I'd like to see her squirm, to rub her nose in it. Actually, there is, but I don't think I could get away with doing it. She'd kill me if she found out. You see, I happen to know, after she makes love, she gives her partner a token of her affection, called a Mark of Dibella. If you confront her with 3 of the marks, she'd be so embarrassed. Well, I don't know what she'd do. Oh, this is going to be great! You need to get the marks of Dibella from Boli, Hofgrir, and Indaren. Not sure how you're going to do that, but try your best. Then just confront Helga with them, and the rest works itself out. Try and get those marks without violence, please. I don't want to be responsible for their deaths. Or your...
Filthy.
If you're looking for a bed, this heap of matchsticks is what everyone calls Helga's bunkhouse. Can you stay here? No. The bunkhouse is for the working man, not some sort of luxury inn for tourists. I don't know why I bother.
Watch the skies, traveler.
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me? Away from me. So what if I have a problem? I know how to deal with it.
Welcome to the Pond Prawn. Come on in, take a look around.
My husband, Bercy, will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not... All the crime and corruption in Riften is really getting to him. And now that we hear rumors about the dragon... He's been very depressed.
Welcome to the Pond Prawn. What can I do for you? It's our name for the old sewers that run under the city. It used to be a huge system hundreds of years ago, but it fell into decay, just like the rest of Riften. The guild stocks the place full of thugs that aren't good enough to join, so watch yourself if you venture down there. They used to be pretty feared around here. I mean, you'd whisper the name, and it'd send chills down your spine. Now, they're nothing more than ruffians and thugs, trying to pry a few extra coin from honest people. All it would take is a small force of guard to go into the Ratway and flush them out. Catchy, isn't it? In my youth, I was a fisherman. I had a beautiful ship named the Brawny Prawn. But the years have a way of creeping up on you. I ended up selling that ship to open this place. Seemed only fitting to name it after her. Well, changed it a bit, I suppose. If I had been smarter, I would have kept my boat. Coming to this city was a big mistake. The question is, what isn't wrong with Riften? This city's corrupt. Rotten to the core. No one cares about anything except themselves, and how much coin they can make off the misery of others. Authorities, have you been listening to what I said? They're all dirty. Every one of them. The only way to get things done in this city is to keep your head down and pay off the right people. Aye. Get away from me.
Working at the Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
Well met, friend. How can I help you?
It was lost years ago in a Dwemer ruin. Without it, I feel almost as defenseless as a newborn. I don't think I'll ever be able to find a replacement. I couldn't ask you to undertake such a treacherous journey. It would be a fool's errand. But I see that spark in your eye, and I know better than to warn you away. Grimsever rests within the Dwemer ruin of Misc. Tread carefully, friend. Those same ruins almost took my life. I was adventuring in the depths of the ruins when I was attacked by a massive construct, like nothing I had ever seen. When the Colossus struck, Grimsever was knocked from my grasp, and I was wounded badly. It was only through blind luck that I was able to crawl away from the Dwemer abomination and make my way to the surface. I must have collapsed, because the next thing I remember is Erin standing over me, tending to my wounds. Please be careful. I don't wish to be the reason for your death.
Anything. The city really gets to her.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Grelka.
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind.
Don't miss out. Purchase a bottle of my genuine...
People of Riften, heed my words. The return of the dragons is not mere coincidence. This is one of the signs that Lady Mara is displeased with your constant inebriation. Put down your flagons filled with your vile liquids, and embrace the teachings of the Handmaiden of Kind.
No, Maramo. We talked about this. Talon?
Kirava, certainly we can come to some sort of an understanding. These people must be made aware of the chaos they've sown.
Enough, Maramo. We've all heard of the dragons and their return. There's no need to use them as an excuse to harass our customers.
Very well, Talon. I'll remove myself from this den of iniquity.
We're not kicking you out. Just keep the sermons at the temple and let us all sin in peace.
Blessed. How may I help you, my daughter? Wonderful. Where to begin? Mara is the goddess of love. The temple spreads her gifts by tending to the sick, the poor, and the lost. We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving couples in Skyrim. Yes, if you were ready, of course. Are you familiar with how marriage works in Skyrim? Typically, love in Skyrim is as earnest as the people who live here. Life is hard and short, so there's little room for long courtship. A person who is looking for a spouse simply wears an amulet of Mara about the neck, showing they are available. When another person shows interest and the two agree to be together, one of them comes to the temple and we arrange a ceremony. Of course, I'd be more than happy to add a donation to our charity box. Right now, the best you could provide is coin. We need all the help we can get. Thank you. I can promise you that this will be put to good use. Mara's domain encompasses the emotions we strive the most to embrace: love, compassion, and understanding. It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark times, but you should consider her light a beacon in the storm. May you return to her May you return to her benevolence and safety.
What's your problem? I knew that stupid kid would try and find a way to weasel out of his debt. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, he promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke. End of story. All right. I guess I made enough from his shipment. No need to waste any more time threatening a stable hand. Tell Shadra he doesn't owe me anything. I hope we bump into each other again. Look, I already said Shadra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackbriar. Ah, well,
I recently approached Sibby Blackbriar about buying Frost, one of the finest breeding horses in Skyrim. He agreed to sell. I paid Sibby half the cost of Frost up front, but before he could deliver, Maven had him locked up. Sibby believes this exempts him from our deal. It does not. I want you to talk to Sibby for me. Then I want you to bring me Frost and the lineage papers that prove the horse's worth. Ah, you're a smart woman. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Head to the Riften jail and talk to Sibby. Get him to tell you where Frost and his lineage papers are and bring them to me outside Riften. You'll be well paid for your time. I'm not exactly comfortable around guards or jails. Definitely not when associates of mine have been locked up. No, I'll meet you outside of town. No idea, but whatever he did, it must have angered Maven. No guard would lock up a Blackbriar without the old lady's permission. I'll meet you outside of town.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, milady. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, you let me know. Disgusting. Ruined sewers filled with goodness knows what. There's an entrance down by the canal, but I'd highly advise you to stay out of there. It's the Thieves Guild's territory. They're vermin. Garbage. They're exactly what makes this city such a horrible place to live. How appropriate they should live in the Ratway with the rest of the trash.